Insured versus uninsured, the segregation of American well-being treatment. Everybody, at some time in his or her existence, will require to find medical care. The American well-being care technique is a billion-dollar sector, and it discards men and women that are not able to pay for its services. The latest well-being care technique is divided into two groups: well-being care for the insured and no well-being care or restricted care for the uninsured. The form of medical and own care that in specific receives under the latest American well-being care technique depends on the person's insurance coverage position. In the land of equal option, segregation is nevertheless practiced. It is a well-known simple fact that men and women that have well-being insurance coverage receive substantially much better medical and own treatment from well-being care vendors than men and women. That you should not have well-being insurance coverage. The insured are treated with dignity and regard. Regrettably, the uninsured are treated with indifference and disdain. For uninsured men and women, obtaining well-being care can be an extremely demoralizing and frustrating practical experience. When a particular person calls a medical practitioner for an appointment, the first dilemma of the medical office environment staff is if the particular person has well-being insurance coverage. If the particular person doesn't have well-being insurance coverage, the attitude of the office environment staff alterations drastically. A whole lot of times the particular person is requested abrasive and invasive money inquiries. Money payment is asked for in advance of the go-to will be scheduled, or at the time of the go-to prior to services becoming presented. Some medical offices refuse to deliver medical care if there is no well-being insurance coverage and the particular person is unable to spend funds in progress. Uninsured men and women seeking medical care experience humiliation for the reason that they simply cannot spend in whole for medical services with no advantage of a regular monthly payment strategy. They are manufactured to experience like their well-being does not matter for the reason that they are uninsured. In some hospitals and physicians' offices, the kind of medical care that is rendered to uninsured sufferers is substantially varies the medical care that is presented to insured sufferers. Throughout our own job interview with Carolyn Hagan, an uninsured Oregon resident, it was discovered just how shoddily uninsured sufferers are treated. In accordance to Hagan, for the reason that she doesn't have well-being insurance coverage, she is unable to receive the required medical care for her heart problem. Hagan stated, "I have so substantially difficulty obtaining medical care for the reason that I am uninsured. And I am not able to pay for the expense of well-being insurance coverage. I am not able to pay for the high expense of the medical exams that I require. None of the medical practitioners will treat me except for occasional short checkups for the reason that I am not worthwhile to them. Just about every well-being insurance coverage corporation that I contacted to see if I could get insurance coverage refused to insure me for the reason that I have heart difficulty. I have experienced to cancel medical exams for the reason that funding that I applied for to assist with the expense grew to become unavailable. The care that I require is highly priced. And it is so frustrating for the reason that number one is inclined to assist me. I experience like number one cares. Hagan is a successful American citizen that operates and pays taxes. And she is amid the working middle course that is wrongfully victimized by the American well-being care technique. Because of to well-being insurance coverage corporation exclusions. She is not insurable, and she is unable to spend funds in progress for the care that she requires. What the latest well-being care technique in the United States is telling her is that even while she is a tricky working American citizen, she doesn't matter for the reason that she are not able to assist improve the bottom line of the well-being care sector. Several practitioners refuse to perform with uninsured men and women, and will never permit him to spend for medical care on a regular monthly payment strategy. This further exclusion stops countless numbers of us residents from obtaining required well-being care. The American well-being care technique has turned out to be so convoluted and highly priced that American citizens are forced to find well-being care outside the house, the United States. Destinations like Argentina, Singapore, Manila, Bangalore, and Costa Rica deliver high quality, reduced expense well-being care to American citizens that the United States should really be giving to its individual men and women. American society is insurance coverage inadequate. Men and women are unable to get well-being insurance coverage. Private insurance coverage insurance policies are as well highly priced for most men and women to pay for. And the insurance policies that are affordable to men and women of middle course and decrease are frequently inadequate in the medical services that they include. American insurance coverage providers have exclusions that prevent lots of men and women from qualifying for well-being insurance coverage even while having the insurance coverage would prevent furthermore ailment and permit routine maintenance for latest ailment, consequently decreasing medical fees. The United States has some of the best qualified medical industry experts, and the expense of their training is tremendous. Number one can assume them not to make a fantastic residing at their career. On the other hand, the migration of medical care to international locations outside the house, the United States, is an obtrusive indicator that the American well-being care technique requires to be revamped and manufactured affordable to every person. There have been lots of attempts at well-being care reform in the United States. By the time it eventually transpires, there could not be ample men and women seeking medical care in the United States for the reform to make any variance. The United States will nevertheless be well-being care inadequate, though other international locations will be obtaining prosperous by giving us residents the well-being care that the United States destinations over and above attain.